Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 62 of Aneria, the Shattered Realm. We're getting into the nitty-gritty, the deep, dark, well, that's a thing. We're getting into the end game now. I don't know what to call it. But welcome back, everybody. I'm very excited to be here. Preston, your dice looks like it is Starburst. The yellow ones do from this far away. Yeah.
No, they're cheese though.
They are cheese. Okay.
They're cheesy.
But we are.
Don't eat the resin.
We're glad to have you back, and if you are exactly how you like it, right? If you are glad,
Was that like blood diamonds? Blood cheese?
blood cheese. Here's your blood. Yeah, it comes from blood cheese caves, or
What do the other dice represent? A cage? Handcuffs?
Those were one of
gems.
some of the dagger dice. Mm-hmm. If you put them all in your hand, they make
Jingle bells.
Like a dagger would sound. The shink of a cold steel chinquidea.
Yes.
But if you are happy to have us back too, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the fun things. If you want to see us back early, join our Patreon, where you get these episodes 2 days early and ad-free as well, which is always nice, because you won't get cut off like right here for an ad or anything. We'll make sure to put an ad break right there.
If you remember.
Not only do you not get ads,
Good
but
luck.
you don't get subtracts either.
It's true, yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, those darn subtracts.
Very unedited episode. We should just post the raw footage. Is that what you're saying for Patreon?
Oh, wow.
No
That
subtracts.
sounds horrible.
Yes, it does.
They would learn way too much about us.
Here's
We've had
30
quite a few
minutes of...
people ask about doing a live stream before.
Yeah.
The problem is that I don't know how to censor myself.
We have to do it for you.
I think
you have no idea the amount of filth that we cut from Torrey's end.
Yes, that's what it is.
Huge super
If
cut.
you join the Patreon at the $100 tier, you get to see the filth cut.
Now it's just a super cut of like close cropped on
Torrey.
Torrey. And you can't hear what's going on. Just boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, $200 is the uncensored filth cut.
Yeah.
100 is the censored filth cut.
The other thing I have a
And
hard time
1,000,
censoring
and
is my
1,000,
face.
she'll record a message swearing directly at you.
Yes. That sounds spicy.
So you just have a hard time, like, just not reacting? Is that what you're saying?
like over-expressing. Like I have an over-expressive face. So like sometimes if like people say something, I'm like, like.
I don't think that's a problem.
You don't think so?
No, I think that's great for a video format.
I swear.
It's not great in real life when someone is telling me something I'm like
You're
disgusted by it.
And you're like, oh.
In the middle of a beat, Tori's just in the back.
No, seriously. Or rolling eyes.
In any
That's a hard
sort of
thing.
like theater setting, it's really good to have an expressive face. And
That's right.
Exactly. So that you can just blame it on that. Just be like, sorry, I've been in too much theater. So yeah.
It's my thespian upbringing.
But all that and more from Patreon. And then, of course, don't forget about our friends at Syrinscape. Hello.
Hi.
You know the cow by now. They're not a sponsor, but we do like to shout them out.
Do you always mean to frame that?
Yeah, I
That's
do that.
cute.
Or, well, I mean, whenever I play the cow.
It gets us in the mood.
Okay, I quit. I can't handle that tonight. I can't do it.
That was very, very good.
You're going to milk this for all it's worth, huh? Sorry, I had to.
I know. It's
Scott's lactose intolerant.
It's a load of bull, but we deal with it
way
with what we
too
can.
cheesy.
Oh. Why are you all this way?
We're just trying to steer the conversation in the proper direction, Torrey.
Steer.
Okay. Oh, Cory, how many was that?
That was 4, I think, from me.
Well done.
3. Did you hear my bull one?
Yeah.
Okay, then 3.
Advantage on your next roll.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You heard it here from the DM, guys.
Oh no.
But let's go ahead and get into tonight's game by talking about last time's session. The party arrived at the Eternal Empire. Sorry, I'm trying to. I just edited episode 60, so I'm trying to, or not 60, episode like
60.
Oh, it was 60. Yeah.
60.
So I'm trying not to do that one, which is where you guys talk to Donarel for like half of it, which was great. Because we got to the part where you guys were leaving towards the Eternal Empires, and I was like, there's like 30 minutes left, and I don't remember how we made that much, because I'm like, we definitely didn't get into the Eternal Empires in this episode. And then Torrey said the words, "I want to go talk to Donarel and give him a gift," and I went, "Oh, that's right, that's right."
Sorry.
A bird bath.
Fred's
dust,
wonderful
and
attempt at making
Yeah,
friends.
it was Fred, not Torrey.
Emo
Yeah,
angel.
exactly. But last time the party did
What, would
arrive.
Torrey not want to be friends with Donarel? Come on.
Best thing
He's a
about
little,
tonight
I
is
don't know.
we're
He's a
not
little,
fighting.
maybe too emo for me.
Mhm.
Did you ever go through an emo phase in high school? You can just like
Didn't
tap
do
into
that.
that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, if you had been tortured for
Is that another
thousands of
cow
years,
pun? Fair?
fair,
Like fairground?
Oh, no, I didn't think about it, but
Out of all of our friends, the most emo, and he's not even here to defend himself, out of all of us is Dallin.
yeah,
100%.
that is exactly like
Yeah.
when you started talking about it, I was like, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I went through the full
You were a punk, though.
skinny jeans and long straight hair down past my shoulders.
Yeah,
and
you weren't nearly as emo as you think you were, though. You were.
I look back and cringe, so.
Are you a poser?
Is that the criteria? Because if so, then I'm absolutely an emo. It's definitely not anxiety.
It's always watching me.
I can't believe that I said that 15 years ago to that person.
My emo's coming out again.
Yeah. Oh no.
I can't even remember what I said to people today.
Elder emo.
What?
We're elder emo.
Elder emos.
Yeah, it's like an elder brain, but it has a wig and eyeliner.
The wig that hangs over- yeah.
But we reached the Eternal Empires. Specifically, you entered in under the Empire of Skarn, which is kind of this lich that controls a whole bureaucracy of liches, and you encountered a couple of them.
One tried to kill us.
One was planning on killing you, but then was interrupted by a higher up skeletal servant, and
Friggin' middle management.
yep, he was a bit more cool as a cucumber, as it were. And he basically
That would not have ended well for that gentleman.
no. Honestly, he just saved the unlife of that other guy more than yours.
True.
But he doesn't know that.
Wait. Before that happened, though,
You
the
would've got
Baba Yaga
bummed.
appeared to us.
Yes, she did. Thank you. I completely forgot. I was like,
Yeah,
why am
we
I
had
missing?
We had a big.
Yeah.
To Lyrian, I guess.
Yep.
A big
And she
scene.
spit in a bowl, and that was so gross.
And you also
Yes.
summoned
Mm-hmm.
Zeth Toldaz.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I did.
And got another dice. This one that you have to eat.
That sounds horrible.
It's a skill.
Actually, yeah, you're right. I am so sorry. I completely forgot about the first half, which was the Baba Yaga basically showing you a vision of Fred's father and two remaining brothers.
Yes.
Talking with the Herald of Chaos of Asanti and agreeing to work together to basically stop you in your plans. And in exchange, Asanti would grant... I can only think of him as Sir all of Aneria, the physical land that is still an area at this point. So, and then in a bid for power, you talked to Zeth, and he basically gave you as much power as he possibly could. He made you immortal, officially, and in exchange, all you have to
Did
do
he?
is just summon him at the right time.
The feet. Right?
Yeah.
Boon of immortality, boon of recovery.
Yep. Boon of immortality just means you don't age anymore,
Boon.
and you don't need to eat or drink.
That's
and
what I
then,
want for myself.
The boon of recovery
I don't
is, I think you heal. You can heal like as a bonus action or
I don't
something.
remember, and I never added it to my character sheet. I
Okay,
don't
that's
even know
because
how
they
do
need to
that.
be cut custom, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
But-
Not all of them.
well, because they do when you're not high enough level to get them.
Oh, you just have to level yourself up, add them, and then you can level down.
Oh, that's obnoxious.
Boon of recovery is this the 20? Yes. Wait. That's the 2024 version, isn't it? Yep. Of course it is.
Might not be much different.
Yeah, but I don't like to use it if I don't have to. You can use a bonus action to regain a number of hit points equal to half your maximum. Once you use this, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest.
Okay.
Half maximum.
That's pretty cool.
To long rest.
But basically, this Lich Lord, I believe that he is a auditor.
And you got a feat too. Lyrian did, right?
I have 2 feet.
You have your epic feat, and then you have something. We have something for Victor, like to give him, if or when we get him back.
Yes, you have a Tarask tooth dagger.
That's right.
That's for Victor.
Bolt sends huge group chat.
Oh yes, and Bolt did basically call in the troops saying, "Hey, we need as many people here as possible," which is going to be interesting because it took you guys a week to get here, so we'll have to see how that goes. Let me pull up the name here. So
Time flows differently in the astral sea.
yes,
Down by the sea.
Yeah.
Auditor Josh
Josh.
was the name of the Lich that you
yes.
spoke to, and he
From the third circle.
yes, and he has been tracking movements of a rogue faction that's been destroying caravans and taking souls. Or they're basically what they use as currency and energy. Basically, everything that powers magic in the Eternal Empires is powered through souls and flesh and bone and blood, and it's a great place here. Everybody's having a wonderful time of it. Why do you ask?
I might retire here one day.
I remember that all of you had that look on your face by the end of the night. That was, I really don't feel comfortable working with these guys, which is, as a DM, a treat for me to enjoy.
That's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah. But he did give you a caravan and a location, which did seem to coincide with where Victor's soul was, according to the compass that you have. And you rattled off into the woods in the carriage, leaving the Wayward Wanderer behind with instructions to not get off the ship because you were worried about the crew tangling with these.
Yeah, because they
undead.
were like pretty willy-nilly about. Yeah, we totally take live people and turn them into undead slaves.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
no big deal.
Yep. It's again. It's a magical place, right? As a reminder for you guys, the Eternal Empires is about the size of Europe in scale. Western Europe. Western. Well, probably all of. We'll do like the whole block of Europe. Not quite into Russia yet, but yeah. Anyway.
But it has very
so it's a lot smaller than
dark Gothic themes.
Yes, just like Europe.
Yeah.
Sure. The birthplace of the Goth.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Europe.
Poo.
That's so rude!
I saw it, but I couldn't stop myself. Because I went, I shouldn't finish this, but then I said, but it's an opportunity to call Torrey a poo, so.
Until next time.
So we're going to go ahead and begin tonight as you are trundling along through the dark, decrepit woods that is the Eternal Empires. You are currently still in the Empire of Skarn. There is kind of this like 3-way border between the 3 different empires that ebbs and flows.
Yeah, it's like vampires, undead, or liches, and Illithid?
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
Are the 3?
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
And,
oh my, indeed.
Yes. And judging by what the Baba Yaga showed you in her vision, the area that Fred's father has basically set up his floating structure in appears to be the Illithid portion of the Empire. I'll go ahead and give that to you guys for free, just because I should have described it a little bit better anyway, so that you would have known it's very much a barren wasteland that the Illithid have taken over. So he's taken up residence.
Is it always overcast and dark in this place?
Not always, but the sun is very distant. Davros, like this is the furthest plane from Davros itself.
Okay.
And
explains why like all the trees are dead. And
yep, and it is overcast a lot from
probably quite cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a nice little chill in the air.
Do you think we can get one of those tadpoles?
Tadpole?
Yes.
There's plenty of ponds around here and small bodies of water. You could look in there.
And what would you need a tadpole for?
I've heard that have transitive properties.
Interesting.
What do you mean by that?
It seems like they would be a nice carrier for experiments.
Fine, if we see a tadpole, we'll get you one.
Can everybody roll me a dexterity saving throw, please?
What? Why?
As you are all talking and discussing tadpoles while the your carriage is trundling along, all of a sudden there is this this kind of loud crash, and the entire carriage goes tumbling onto its side. So,
I got a natural 20.
natural 20.
11.
Okay, bolt goes out the window.
I rolled a 19.
19?
Plus one.
Yeah, Fred, like, full on, like, you feel the jerk and you, like, put your seatbelt on immediately.
She wasn't wearing it before.
No, of course not.
Not her
Yeah.
style.
Because she knows she can handle it. Like, she can do it when she needs.
It's just like you just like slide in the seat and then
Yeah.
Lyrian falls through there. Oh! Fred.
Oh, yeah, Fred.
Princess carriage.
Yeah.
I love it.
But Bolt, you do go through the window as the carriage.
and I literally go, whoa!
Yeah. And you go tumbling a little bit, and you kind of slide to a stop at the feet of somebody, and you look up and you see this large, like this large man in like heavy set armor, kind of glimmering with a pair of giant tower shields.
Oh no.
And he says,
Brother.
"Stay down."
I like your shields. And I'm going to just start to get up.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna go ahead and make an attack roll against you to try and knock you down.
Okay.
Here. That is only a 14, though.
Yeah. No, he hit,
Yeah,
and I
he-
just kind of like casually grab whatever he's doing and
Yep.
shove it off to the side.
And he stumbles backwards a little bit.
I'm Bolt. You are?
You're not a skeleton.
No.
Who are you? Wait. Sorry.
I'm Bolt.
You're Bolt. As you're talking to him, you realize that this is not actually... he doesn't sound like a full-grown adult. He sounds like a teenager. Somebody on the cusp of adulthood, but not quite there. And
Is
you
he
two...
doing Muppet Man? Are
He's
there two
doing
of them?
Men.
There's three of them in
He
the
still,
suit
he
of
still
armor.
looks plenty big. Like again, like cusp of manhood, but maybe he's just barely getting into that, right? Like 19 or so at the most.
His prefrontal cortex hasn't completely
Exactly.
formed.
And you two climb out of the carriage, and you find that there is a dwarf sitting atop a large rhino. And again, he is kind of in the same kind of armor.
Have we seen a rhino before? Do we know what that is?
Probably roll me a history check. See if you've seen a rhino before. Bolt has. You've been around long enough.
Oh dear.
I'm sure.
I'm sure
you
there
have.
was one at the tent city.
That is a 7
Yeah.
for
7?
me.
Fred has never seen a rhino before.
What is this beast?
My name's Dodrick, says the dwarf.
No, the beast you're mounted
Oh.
upon. Atop? On? What do you say?
Atop, yeah. Mounted
Okay.
upon, yeah. What about Lyria? What did he get?
22.
22. Yeah, you've seen the rhino.
As long as you didn't say the beast you're mounting.
Yeah,
that
that's
was different.
something totally different.
His name is Rhino.
And what species is he?
Rhino?
I've never seen such a thing.
Yeah, well,
Are you sure? I mean, a lot of people name their cats cat and their dog dog.
You're walking up at this point, and the other guy's like trying to like body block you still, and you kind of like just keep like walking around him.
Yeah, just I'm not like. And at one point, I literally stop and I just kind of like.
See,
Move
and
off the
I
side to
literally
keep
imagine
going.
him like Wart. Like when he's wearing that helmet from Sword and Stone.
Oh yeah.
His little tiny skinny legs.
Okay, guys, stand down. Another figure emerges from the woods. She too looks like she is barely into her adulthood. She carries herself. She's got kind of full plate with like a red cloak on. The hood kind of comes down. And you see short cropped black hair. She's human, and she is wielding a weapon that Bolt actually recognizes somewhat. It is a spear that is very similar to the one that Adria Sunspear, the Angel of Davros, was wielding.
Oh.
And she steps up and she goes, I'm really hoping from the fact that you're not attacking my friends yet, that you're not evil. You're not actually working with the Empire.
Well, I wouldn't say that we're evil. No.
Chaotic, yes.
Right. Why are you in an Empire carriage?
We are on a task. And this also helps us get to somewhere we need to go.
I see. A task for the Empire?
They are the Empire, right?
Yep, Empire of Skarn, yeah. Technically, you are working for one of the... Yeah.
Technically, yes. A gentleman named...
Josh?
Josh. But we're here to find our friend, and this was the fastest way to get where we needed to go. They wouldn't let us bring our airship.
Right.
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Oh, I'm Rowan.
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 I am Bolt. This is the Wayward Watch. This is Fred, and this is tentative member Lyrian.
And I'm gonna prestidigitate just myself clean again.
Right. You met Dodrick. He knocked over your caravan. Sorry about that. And you met...
Dodrick's the one on the rhino. Right?
Yes, and you met Vakar as well. And Vakar is the one with the shields. You just kind of like, hey.
The dwarf?
No, Dodrick is the dwarf.
Oh.
Yeah. Vakar
that.
is,
Reverse
I think, a human? Well, this is a very poor first outing for us. Are you... Okay, let me get this straight.
Looking
You're
for
not-
friends? Always.
Yes.
Allies? Of course.
Against who?
Subjugates, always.
No, he does not speak for us.
I'm sorry, you don't look like you're actually from here at all. What?
We're actually from Aneria. And I'll just do this, and I'm not even pointing in the direction, just like back there, wherever.
From the closed off area.
Yes,
Or-
the one with the barrier that is no longer there.
Wow.
We actually took it down.
Are you here to help? Attico said that some people would be coming to help.
Who's Attico?
I'm not supposed to tell you that name. Please forget you ever heard it.
I have a very good memory. I don't think I will be able to forget it.
He's a friend who said that there was going to be some help coming for us here, for the mortals of this area.
Well,
Are you worshippers of Davros?
No. I don't personally worship any deity. I actually have never asked. Fred, do you?
I wouldn't say I worship her, but I work for the Baba Yaga.
I have a similar situation.
You also work for Baba Yaga now?
No, but I quite like her, and maybe someday.
You just kind of feel like a little like strain in your neck as your
I
gifts.
would never change patrons.
I've always wanted to build a flying machine that was like her, bull thing. And,
Pretty cool.
yeah.
But you see, one day I would like to be a god myself, so you may worship me at that point in time.
No thanks, I don't worship any god.
Are you followers of Davros?
And that's complicated. We are empowered by an agent of Davros, but I wouldn't necessarily consider it.
Who is your
Worship?
agent of Davros? Attico?
I am not at liberty to say. She absolutely confirms. Yeah.
That must be who came from an area. Do we know Attico from? Because we met
Atticos. is his
Atticos.
name.
Sorry.
Atticus.
That's okay. You do not. Well,
Was he or
Give
she
me-
at the?
give me a history
They-
check. Actually,
29.
29. You do actually recall the name. It was a name given to you by the children of Davros. They said that they had received a missive from the last angel of Davros, Atticos, in the Eternal Empires, asking for help.
Oh, I remember now. Atticos. And I'll explain. It was an angel that sent a message to the children of Davros back on Aneria. They told us all about it.
Oh, that's so great. We have an angel too.
You have an angel?
Do you think they could become friends?
Perhaps they already are. I don't know how extensive.
That seems pretty presumptuous.
We must reunite
It's true.
them.
I apologize.
Thinking that all angels know each other.
How many do
I
you
just think
there
Donnerell
are?
could really use a friend right now, someone who understands.
He's pretty somber.
He
Another
is the true emo of our...
Someone who understands bird society, yes.
right. Another figure steps out of the woods. This one is a leaner, full human male. He's not wearing nearly as much armor. It's sort of like a chainmail vest and everything. And he speaks with this almost like sing-song voice, the sonorous voice that is very similar to how Fred actually talks because of your banshee call. And he says, "We're kind of blowing this, Rowan. This is Edgar. We also have another friend, just so you're not surprised. Two others, Burmac, and then a squire of mine who is elsewhere.
I feel like I need more friends.
You are a very small group for...
I'm sorry. Are we
walking
not
with
enough for
vampires.
you? Your that long
I have
silence.
I have a lot of friendship to give.
So you know the people who are supposed to be coming here to help us.
Vaguely.
Well, they seem to have trusted you enough to tell you...
Who
Atticos is.
I can't imagine the children of Davros would come out here.
I would. They follow an angel, and what do angels usually do? They usually fight the forces of evil.
Do they know Atticos is out here?
Yeah. Based on what you know from the children of Davros, they do know.
Yeah.
And they have been claiming that they're gearing up for a grand crusade.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Forget everything I just said. I changed my mind.
But Seth is whispering in your ear like, no, this is actually how it's supposed to be. He's like, oh, no, never mind. Well, all right. Sorry. Give me a minute. Okay. So you're working with the Empire, but you're not wanting to.
Consider us help for hire temporarily.
We are free agents.
Mercenaries.
Yes.
I honestly, the best advice I can give you is
We weren't looking for advice.
right. Don't work with the Empire if you want to keep any sort of your morality.
Oh, well,
No, I disposed of that long ago.
I
Likewise.
can assure you, we have we have a moral code that we usually stick to, and we are not easily swayed and or corrupted.
Give me a perception check. Not perception, a persuasion check. And then you also, Fred, give me an insight check.
Okay.
That's a nat 20 minus 1.
I also
So
got a nat
19.
20.
You can tell that Rowan is trying very hard not to just like leap at you and attack at this point, because there's something going on. There's something about you guys working for the Empire, even tangentially, that is really grinding her gears, as it were.
Okay.
But then Bolt like basically gives his speech, and their speech, and she seems to relax just enough that she's not going to fly off the handle anytime soon.
But we are not your enemies. And right now,
But you're not our friends either.
well, I mean, we could be friends. It might take a few days or weeks, but
Bolt is the golden retriever of the group.
Yep. Why not?
I love friends.
That means Fred's the cat.
Yeah. Well,
And,
Marion is the skunk.
I was gonna say Chihuahua.
The chihuahua.
That's Victor. Victor is the Chihuahua
Yeah.
of the group.
Porcupine.
Yeah.
Victor's got the accent. Yeah. Yo quiero my daggers.
That's not the accent, but okay.
Totally Chihuahua.
Accent.
It's not Victor's accent.
Okay. Where are you heading?
Where are we headed? It's been a couple weeks.
You know that there's a keep. Basically, you've been directed. You've been given a compass that's pointing the same way as your compass is before. And it's leading to.
Is it pointing in the direction that there's like? Are they in front of us and getting in the way?
Yeah, basically they are. They are.
Yeah, I'll
blocking the
pull that
area.
out and be like, we were given this device that's pointing us towards. What do they want us to do again?
There is a rebel faction that has been like destroying their caravans that they want you to investigate and take out.
We're here to destroy some rebel faction that's been attacking caravans. And now that I say that out loud,
You're continuing on 20 insight. All of them like start looking at each other.
I assume
Bolt.
it's you, and you've been nothing but friendly. So
Would you like
we
to
should
make
talk about this.
What?
Would you like to make a pact?
No, I don't make pacts with anybody. Thank you. Okay, we're not responsible for all of the caravan destruction.
Not all of them.
We've gotten to a few of them, and they've already been ransacked and their soul jars taken rather than destroyed.
Okay, so well, at least I assume that there's another faction here in the Eternal Empires that is vying for power as well. They're very new, and they are the Brotherhood of Neve. Is that what they would call themselves? Did they change their name coming here? I don't think they did. Right? Or the Neve Brotherhood.
So they wouldn't be the children of Davros. They would have been part of the Arcanum.
No, I'm talking about Fred's parent.
Yeah, they would have called themselves the Brotherhood of Neve at this point.
Okay. Yeah. The Brotherhood of Neve, and
That
that's who we assumed were attacking the caravans, and we actually have some business to take care of with them.
I see. I'm not familiar with.
Not good fighting business.
Yes,
if you didn't catch that.
I got it. I haven't heard of this brotherhood that you're referring to.
Do we have any leads on the other attackers of these caravans?
Well, they're pretty central. They don't seem to be striking out too far into various areas. It's usually around this. So we were actually on our way to our first real mission to go find them ourselves.
So you're new to all this.
I mean, we've taken down a few caravans.
So you
know.
You remind me of my son. I mean, he's not really my son.
Is he a good fighter?
The one that's nervous, are they visibly white knuckling their weapon, or?
It's not so much nerves as they are just they're very cautious. These are people who grew up in the Eternal Empires. Okay. They very much are the kind of skittish folk, even if they're being big macho paladins on the surface. They definitely are still.
They've been fighting with forces much more powerful than them for their whole lives. Yeah.
If there is any more information and you find yourselves useful, then perhaps we will forgive you for your oversight.
And I want to cast my Fey Presence. So anyone in the 10-foot cube needs to make a DC 19 Wisdom saving throw, or be frightened.
Can paladins be frightened? That's a very good question.
Yes, they probably have high wisdom though.
It's probably a aura saving throw.
Does that hit any of us too?
I can cause each creature from you to make or become charmed or frightened from you. It doesn't say that you choose, so I'd assume just anybody that's within 10 feet of me. At this point, though, I would have been trying to get closer to them to see if he would do a pact.
Let's see here.
Basically, just trying to intimidate him to get as much information out of him as possible.
I don't recall paladins having anything special that stops them from being scared, because I've scared Adam's character in our other game.
There's immunity to poison at some point.
They've got
disease.
And disease.
Yeah, I feel like one of their auras
disease.
Is something about being frightened. I can't remember.
Yeah, some kind of presence, something or other.
Or you get advantage.
At 10th level, you and friendly creatures within 10 feet of you can't be frightened while you are conscious. So I will say that all of them kind of take a step back and ready their weapons, but none of them appear to be terrified at that point. They look nervous, but not terrified.
Lyrian, these are potential friends and allies. Let's not cast spells on them, please.
He's gonna be locking eyes with them, just waiting.
I'm not metagaming you because you don't have. I don't think that you have any subtle spell casting stuff. Because I'm assuming is Fey Presence a spell, or is it like a feat? Or
It would have resonated with you guys too, like you would have seen
it's
it.
basically
yeah.
it's like Galadriel when she goes on like I am going to become blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
There's like a maniacal cackling from the Baba Yaga in the background.
that is
You erupt in Werthers.
a cloak of Werthers.
Yeah. But it's made. Oh, that's what your inside of your cloak is made out of Werther's wrappers. It's not something you can prevent.
Look, we're more than happy to show you where we were heading, if we think it's the same location.
Well, I'm just gonna like hold the thing out and you can see where it's pointing.
Yeah, that's about the direction that.
Apparently, there's a keep or something that we were supposed to look into.
And again, they all share that. They all share that look that says,
No, I do that.
we don't have any idea on how to be subtle. Yeah, that is where we were going.
Are you sure you want them with us? If they get in the way, there's surely many of them will die.
We're not afraid to die.
Get in the way of what? No one has to die. Yet.
They seem really green.
The man with the Edgar with the voice, with the guy with the voice, says, "You're not really talking about us like we're not here right now, are you?"
Oh, I'm sorry, you could hear me?
Absolutely.
I thought that was deaf. My mistake.
Like he turns around and goes, "Rowan, can you? Because I'm gonna punch this guy right in the face. I don't."
I'm egging him on.
Okay, look, we'll take you there. We'll take you as far as the marshlands. If it's the same location.
This is not the marshlands.
Are there
It's
tadpoles
very
there?
marshy.
I mean, I'm sure there's like some frog tadpoles and stuff.
That's what I kept saying.
Yeah. This is forest technically,
Oh.
or as close to it as we get.
Well, what would you like us to do with your corpses should you die next of kin? Seems to happen a lot with this.
Burn us.
Burn?
Yes.
But they probably don't want to be raised as undead.
Well, if I die, make sure you take me to the nearest lichdom. I'd like to, perhaps see what they can
We'll
do.
burn him as well, and then they start walking off, leading the way forward for you guys. Along the way, a hobgoblin.
What's pulling our caravan? Is it like skeletal horses?
Not anymore. Your skeletal horses have been smashed and your caravan is on its side. So you're probably walking. Dot actually passes by Dodric the dwarf and goes, "Sorry."
I'd like to ride on that rhino.
As a subtle like show of
Persuasion check.
strength, I'm gonna go over to the carriage and like put it back on its wheels and just like
Okay.
open up and like look through it and make sure there's nothing that we've left in there. I just kind of want to be able to be like, you guys might be,
Well, I did slip your caravan. Okay, for a little bit.
All right.
And he just kind of like points behind him. So yeah, you can ride on the rhino.
Perfect.
Yeah, there's not much in the carriage itself. They didn't really give you too much. The two like skeletal.
I just meant we got like our bags out.
Yeah. You make sure you get all of your equipment out and everything.
But I do it in a way like I don't like grunt or anything because
Yeah.
I can hide that kind of stuff. But I'm just like
Later on, you'll go.
I'll go around the back and be like,
Yeah.
My servos.
So they
my aching stone.
they start walking along. A hobgoblin hops down from the trees in kind of the same chainmail and joins them, slinging his bow over his shoulder, talking quietly with Rowan. And then another woman actually steps out, and she is probably the most out of place in the entire group. She looks like just a to put it plainly, a nun. She's wearing very plain robes. She's got a pack on her back, and she is following along behind Rowan and also kind of mumbling and talking with her, but she definitely doesn't look like the rest of them. She's just sort of following along.
I'll go up to the kid with the two shields.
Yeah.
What was his name again?
I could tell you his name was Vicar. No,
Vicar.
Dodric.
No, Dodric is the
Vicar.
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 Not Vicar.
Vicar. I've noticed you have two defensive weapons. That's an interesting choice. I myself wield a shield as well, but
Yeah, well, I'm the bulwark. if we want to get technical, my title is what is his title?
Bulwark, second rank.
No, it's
Vanguard.
the Gleaming Bulwark. I was given the title by Atticus, and I figured that 2 shields would serve me well, and they're not any more unwieldy than wielding a weapon in one hand, so part of my gift from Davros.
You have a gift. Is he perhaps your patron of sorts, or?
It's complicated. Atticus had us participate in some ritual, and we gained some ability based on what we were. Hey, Bubby. Hey, little mama, let me whisper your ear.
Watch out! He'll put a tongue right in it.
That's
like Dodrick got to be able to summon his rhino, and he can slam into things because he's the radiant juggernaut, and I'm the gleaming bulwark, so I can make like shields of light and that kind of stuff. And Rowan actually goes, Vicar, please don't spoil everything that we can do.
I mean,
right. Sorry.
I'm fascinated. Keep going. So are you all paladins of Davros?
Yes, technically, yes.
Ah.
We aren't like official worshippers because, well, some of us have like issues worshipping Davros.
No.
And he kind of like pointedly looks over at Rowan, who is very pointedly not listening at this point. But I mean, we all pay tribute, that kind of thing. So
I actually have a really close friend back home that's also a paladin.
Really?
She had a nickname of, what did we call Eve? It was like the Walking Fortress, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually had a nickname for her. We called her the Walking Fortress.
Cool. Like, yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for.
She is very cool, actually.
Well,
Probably
Perhaps
not
you-
as cool as me. Just saying.
I don't know. I would say Fred and Eve are probably about the same.
Okay,
coolness.
I'll accept that.
well, I only know this.
They
I
would
know- I know
probably
Fred.
make out with
What's
each
with
other
your
if they
head?
met.
Probably. What a rude question to ask.
Sorry, Edgar. And Edgar, the man with the voice, leans in and goes, "I've noticed your tentacle eyes. What is that about?"
I'm just
They're
imagining
my
like stale
babies.
eyes.
Yeah.
They're my babies.
Uh-huh. Is it like hereditary or?
It's a crown
Uh-huh. Interesting.
that I put on, and it became part of me.
So you can see out of them?
Yes.
Dog goes, how many fingers am I holding up? But you're like behind him and he's holding it like right to his chest.
Okay. You're an idiot.
Well, he's got your number, or she's got your number, Dodd. And the group laughs and he kind of grumbles a little bit, but it's obviously
He's like,
all in
it's
good
one.
fun. Yeah, it was one.
It's a question. I don't have any fingers.
Well, very interesting.
He's
So
missing
did you just like
all the
find it
legs
on the
pinky.
ground, or was it? It looks. Sorry to say, no offense. This is just observation here. It looks like it's illithid in nature,
Probably.
or aberrant of some kind.
We got it in the Fey realm, actually.
Really? Was it
I
like
think that's where we got it, right?
you got it from a Fey vault? Yeah, basically. Mm-hmm. But it hasn't caused you any issues? No murderous tendencies? You don't want to kill people randomly or anything like that?
Not any more than what I normally
No, I had the
feel.
murderous tendencies long before I put this on.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, some of these other features came after, like the black eyes.
Interesting. Well, thank you for sharing. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Ask it differently next time.
Yeah, Vicar. He kind of just goes, sorry. He's the one who talks. I'm the one who, blocks.
Wow. Cool.
Did you practice that?
Practice what?
Yeah, never mind.
So you there, in the robes.
Oh, me? Oh, hi.
You look really cool.
Thank you. I'm not. I'm just me.
Also very humble.
Yes, what's your name?
I'm Natali,
Natalie.
and I'm Rowan's squire, and kind of the, just kind of the general priestess sister for the group, just to make sure that everybody is in tip-top shape out of battle, that kind of thing.
Healer.
Not in the magical sense, but in the traditional sense, sure. Yeah.
All these people with
Typical Florence Nightingale.
borrowed power with no ambition.
She actually like looks over at you. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
19 plus Arcana 6.
There is something else with this girl, something familiar to you.
Okay. Can I?
And she kind of like locks eyes with you for a moment and then quickly looks back to Fred and it's just like, yeah, I mean, I don't know who exactly you're referring to when you say Florence, what's her name? But I am, I make sure the armor is polished and that everybody's well fed and any cuts get, medicine and bandages on it, that kind of thing. I'm here to help.
Do you get paid?
I mean, we're all on the same mission. There isn't really any sort of payment that any of us are taking here.
Very much dislike the concept of indentured servitude or slavery.
Rowan chuckles and she says, if you can get her to stop, please, by all means, do it. I've been trying for years.
Years, really.
Yeah, well, we've all known each other for about 8 to 10 years, depending on which two of us you're talking about.
So since you were just children.
Yeah, we're all orphans from different villages, different places around here.
No.
Not
Bread.
We're not up for adoption. We're not available for adoption.
It never hurts to ask.
Adopt all of them.
Stop being orphans when they hit 18.
The cloister took us
And they're
in.
just like the rest of us, lost in normal adults.
The cloister took us in and trained us and
You're a
raised
Pokemon
us.
in this world?
What?
I won't eat the berry.
No, wait, I'm not throwing that at you.
Don't throw anything
No
at
one ever won.
But yeah, they trained us up to be. They didn't train us for this, but this is the task that we got handed, and we all accepted it. So we're here by
Now,
choice.
was this the task that you accepted? Was this before or after you got your gifts from Davros?
Before.
The
Yes.
familiarity I feel, does it feel as in like I've met this person before, or as in like
As in you have
presence?
you have the same type of power source almost.
Okay. Can I do a history check to see if I remember, like,
Sure.
like if it?
Yeah, I
Trips
won't
anyway.
even make you roll for it. It feels like almost like the Baba Yaga, just different.
Okay, he's gonna be pontificating on
I think I get it now.
Anyway,
I don't.
what about you three? Surely you got some tales from wherever you're from.
Yes, and don't call us Shirley.
it. I mean, our son has a tail, I think, but
What? Oh, yes, he does.
I have a kid now? It's like before you're like, my kid, and now you're like, what?
Well, that relationship is complicated. I've told him that, no, I didn't adopt him. He's not actually my son.
Ouch.
Well, no, he doesn't want to be adopted. I don't think. I don't really know. He doesn't like me.
He's only 14. He probably doesn't
What
know what
did
it
you say?
have you asked him?
No.
Yes, she
that's
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fred was like, I will adopt you. And he was like,
Yeah, she didn't so much ask him if he wanted to be adopted as she just did it.
Listen, one thing I've learned in life is sometimes you just have to take the bull by the horns and do what you want.
When do we fight the bull? Doctor
I
asks.
don't think you want to fight the bull. She fought it twice.
That was a centaur. That was different.
And I won both times.
You are chieftain of the clan now.
Yes.
As I
By right of power, yeah.
I just watched the episode, and it was she bested him in a certain kind of combat, so she yeah.
It's true.
Perfect.
But yeah, I mean, you're from the place that was blocked off to everybody. Nobody could see what was going on there. Rowan says, my dad used to say that a bunch of heroes were gathering power there and they were going to come save us all. What is actually going on over there, though?
Well, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There was actually this tooth fairy invasion.
Oops, that was us.
Well, technically it was
Why
someone
is
that doesn't
There's a
work
couple of eggs.
Why does it seem that every story starts out with something bad happening and then it turning out to be you guys?
Why is it always you three?
Listen, there are a lot of wonderful tales. There's this one that I've heard about our friend Victor. May he rest in peace. But he was renowned for this battle called the Battle of the Bloody Fountain.
Oh, okay.
And he nearly died. Or maybe he did.
So it's just another...
He did die. That's who we're here looking for. Or at least their soul.
Well, yes.
You're looking for a soul here in the Eternal Empires.
Yes.
Needle in a haystack much, but...
Not really, with the little blood compass.
Yeah, how does that
We
work
call
anyway?
him Clumpus.
The clumpus? What?
Yeah, I like the Clumpus better.
Clumpus.
The clock compass. Proprietary secrets.
Right.
To each their own.
He says it's blood magic. I don't know much about it.
Rowan just kind of goes, oh my gosh, why am I doing
By the
this?
way, if you want to know more about yourself, you can give a little sample of blood.
Yes, would you like to do
Never
this?
happening.
But you're man of the cloth and you don't donate blood to those in need.
Woman. Who are you talking to?
Either way,
Oh,
yeah, the men and women of the
Men
cloth.
of the cloth.
We know better than to give any part of ourselves to any nefarious parties.
Well, hopefully your God is as nefarious as you hope he's not being.
Rowan's like, I don't care what Davros is, as long as he gives me the power to save my people.
That's fair. Now we're starting to speak alike.
I'm assuming.
I'm regretting this now. I'm regretting my choice of words.
I'm assuming when you say save your people, you are talking about your people in general.
Yes.
In all of the
Yes.
Eternal Empires.
We've been basically reduced to cattle, as you no doubt saw from the 10 minutes that you were here.
Remember what I said. I turned to this is to Fred and Lyrian. Remember what I said when we were done with this. We are going to liberate this place. We cannot allow this to keep going on.
It's true. All that power.
So with that,
Concentrate
consider us part.
I should be me.
Consider us part joining your cause. At least me, if you guys fill up to it, I think we should.
A vicar slaps you on the back and says, "Welcome to the crusade." It's just us.
Can we
so
not call
far.
it that?
I mean,
There's some bad connotations with that.
in what context, Bolt?
Well, I've done a lot of reading. And,
I'd expect that kind of talk from Fred.
No, go ahead. You can call it whatever you want.
Okay.
It's
Well-
just a name.
Yeah, I mean, it is what we make it, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
what
Bull by the horns.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
what kind of results are you expecting? Say if you were able to I don't know, depose all the leaders and destroy the evil that covers the land.
Yes, do tell.
What would take its place? Whenever there's a power vacuum, there's always something that gets in place. Sometimes it's good. Often it's not any better.
These 6 children, barely into adulthood, look at each other, one after the other, as if hoping that one of them has a plan for something.
It seems like I'm not quite that far ahead.
And Rowan's like, we aren't even sure that we're going to be able to kill one of these Dark Triumvirate members, let alone all of
well,
them.
you have us now, so
And that's a done deal, is it?
it is a done deal.
Basically.
I mean,
That's,
you're what?
incredibly
Level...
Dodd goes 10.
That's his
stupid
gift.
enough, but
That's
he-
his gift
Yeah,
from.
he could just kind of pull the game mechanics out. Yeah.
He has identify.
Yep.
Identify person.
Perfect. Well, we're, if I had to put a number on it, 17. So...
I am actually over 1,000 years old. Fred is in her 20s.
And if we were rating
I don't know how old Lyrian is. I'm going to guess.
By looks, actually,
based on
I've
his
been
looks,
graded recently.
70.
Yes, you have been
My
graded.
body is an A,
70s.
so.
Edgar actually gives whistling. He says, "That's not a bad body rating. If you're ready to be a zombie, I suppose.
No, I am not.
Technically, that puts you into white territory, or maybe even gassed. No, it would be highly gassed if you white.
She can scream like a banshee.
I don't want to do it right now. I don't want to waste spec.
Yeah,
Well, I can't do it on command.
might not be. Not while you're watching. Might not be a good idea to scream in the middle of the woods. You could attract all sorts of attention that you don't want. So you travel for a little while and then stop for a break. Just kind of a general, give the rhino some water.
I don't think I like riding a rhino.
Legs go really wide.
Yes.
Yeah. It's okay, buddy.
That's why he's got his feet up straight like he's sitting.
Oh no, he's very much doing the splits. Yeah.
He's a monk.
Yeah, he's even going further than the curve. He's straight out.
That's awesome.
Natalie actually is going to approach Lyrian, and she's going to say, Master Lyrian, may I speak with you for a moment?
She's the
Nun.
The nun. Yes,
the nun.
the nun.
I suppose. We shall return in a moment.
And Rowan kind of gives her this look. She's like, "I'll be fine, Rowan. It's fine." And then walks off a little bit into the woods with you. And as soon as you're out of earshot, she turns around and she says, "You serve the Baba Yaga."
Indeed, I do. Who do you serve? Because it's not Davros.
No, I don't tell anybody else, obviously, but I could tell that you figured it out. I serve the matron of the Rolling Hills. She sort of took over responsibilities after we got cut off from the Baba Yaga.
You remember the vision? Baba Yaga was there helping someone, and was like, "Oh, you'll be fine," and then left.
And then boop,
Yeah.
bounced.
Anyway, she recently gave me something, and I don't think it's supposed to be for me anymore. And she's going to reach into her pack, and she is going to hand you... Let me grab it here.
Baba Yaga's hand.
Yes, her hand, her full hand.
A finger bone.
She got hurt.
It's the Master Werthers.
The Master
one where they're
Werthers.
all the replicants.
Let's see, you get Werthers from the Baba Yaga. You get edible dice. I want to eat something. I want something small and...
Well, you haven't been able to eat for so long. You weren't sure what was going to happen to you.
That's true.
You didn't
But I have a new body now.
Yeah, you had the interdimensional space gremlins.
Yeah, you had those.
Oh, I hate when I get those.
Yeah, it's worse than indigestion. It's like that Mucinex commercial with the
Yeah.
except for the interdimensional. Yeah.
Yep.
She's actually going to.
I'm interdimensional. Don't worry. Sorry.
She's going to hand you poppy flower.
Okay. I want to... I'm not going to reach out immediately to grab it. Can I do an insight check to see if I recognize if it's a hex, if it's anything nefarious?
Yeah, give me an
Effervescence.
Arcana check to see if it's magical. I mean, and to see if it's like dark magic.
19?
It's definitely the Baba Yaga's magic. It doesn't feel like it's nefarious in any way.
I'll take it carefully. Interesting.
I
just forget what Polly's
in a bit of desperation, recently I called out to her for some help, and she appeared, but then she ran off, leaving only the poppy seeds behind, and I grew them, but they don't.
Be
really
careful,
have...
Lyrian. If you eat those, it'll show up on your drug test.
You're not in earshot. That's not canon. And I thought they were for me for some purpose, but when I saw you, I kind of felt like maybe they would be better served in your hands as an actual agent of hers. I should have never called her, to be fair.
Perhaps.
Why did you call her?
Now, if she left you, and we know that we saw the vision of everything kind of that happened there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I guess he's going to be a little more intrinsic about what were her after the Baba Yaga had left, and she'd been given a gift from her. What was her directive?
So basically, this woman had called the Baba Yaga, and she was giving sort of like a desperate plea out into the ether. You don't know for what.
Right.
All you remember is the Baba Yaga realizing where she is and where her quarry was and turning away from the girl and leaving.
Now, if you were to call upon someone as powerful as the Baba Yaga, you must have had some plight. Was it this that we're on now, or did you have some ulterior motive?
Rowan got hurt pretty bad in the last skirmish that we had, and my non-magical healing wasn't doing anything, so I was hoping to get some help from a more magical source, and the matron of the Rolling Hills wasn't answering, and I got desperate, so I called out.
I see.
And I got poppies, which are poisonous. Or at least very dangerous, and I didn't think they'd be helpful.
All right.
But she recovered. Just took a lot longer than I expected.
Well, I suppose I'm glad they're okay, and I hope that you have not incurred the ire or wrath.
Of the Baba Yaga?
No.
Of my matron?
Yes.
Oh, I completely hope that too. I'm not looking forward to if I were to ever meet her. Not that I have, but
No, that's fair. Well, if you ever need a way out.
I think I'll be okay, but thank you for the offer. Anyway, mostly I wanted to just come over here and just tell you why you thought that I might feel familiar magically, and to ask you again to keep it a secret.
I can do that if we make an agreement.
Would you want something in return?
Some assurance. Just a drop of your blood.
She actually does take a step back and she goes, no.
I
Absolutely
assure
not.
you, I would not use it for anything. Just if you were to become a problem due to your patron.
No, not happening.
All right. Well, I'll do my best.
And he'll saunter back.
She's gonna roll check really quick here. Yeah, she doesn't call you back or anything. She just marches back. She looks shaken, but and she keeps like staring over at Rowan like, I need to go tell her before somebody else does. But like she's just having this internal debate as you all pick up.
He's not going to like use it, but he's definitely going to lean into it, like, you know, like on the occasions making eye contact, or like if he needs her to chime in on something, he's going to totally blackmail her for it.
Yes, we wouldn't want to be hiding any secrets, would we?
Would
you start doing something like that?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we can expect from Lyrian.
Yep.
So you continue to travel for another half day or so before the forest gives way to marshland. Oh, I do have swamps.
Here's your tadpoles.
Which is probably going to be the same.
Except we find out they're not tadpoles; they're leeches.
Similar, yeah.
They're all slads.
But actually, the first thing that you encounter when you hit the marshland is a hut. It is a hut that dangles from, it seems like a big like tangle of vines against this kind of big fallen log. And the rest of the paladin group stops, and they're just kind of like staring at it. And they're like, what do we do?
Is this our destination?
No, it's beyond this, but this hut wasn't here before.
Oh, well, let's investigate. I'm going to walk towards it.
Okay. You are just about to the hut, trying to figure out how to like take that first step up, when it starts shifting. In fact, the log behind it starts shifting too. In fact, the whole hill that you are seeing, it starts shifting until the log stands straight up, and you realize that it is a a walking staff for a giant woman who kind of looms over you and has this kind of green, sickly appearance. And she's basically got the hut on the end of her staff dangling there. And she goes, "I'm sorry, this road is closed." And kind of a deep rumbling voice that almost seems to like shake the ground around you.
And who might I be speaking to? I am Bolt, by the way.
Bolt, you may refer to me as the Watchman.
Watchman.
The Watchman today?
Sure.
And why is this road closed?
Because I have been told to keep it closed.
Can you tell us by who?
The way is shut. The dead.
I suppose I could tell you.
I just go, Bella.
Damn it! She moves on to the side. I was told that I would be paid a great sum if I kept this area closed to all visitors.
Whatever they're paying you, we'll double it.
You have 200 souls on hand, I assume?
Fred?
Sorry, saving them for someone else.
The paladins start like kind of like gripping their weapons a little bit tighter.
People around him, like,
What do you need souls for?
Well, it's easier to perform magic when you have components.
So I'm assuming no amount of money, like gold or platinum.
I don't have any use for gold here, boy.
What about
Them.
Would you be interested in... Oh, this is fun.
I have some of the
A
crystals, the mana crystals still.
How about... Hang on. A water elemental.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
How about a machine that makes 100 minions?
Nope, saving that for myself.
Can I see it?
See meaning touch?
Is it a creature that you have following you? Is it?
No, that's a rhino.
I know what a rhino is, and she's going to very gently pluck it between two fingers and look at it. Again, it's just like extremely tiny to her. Interesting.
Now imagine that set as a stone in a beautiful ring. And then you can use that water elemental at will. But it stays as an ornament upon your grand hands.
You have an interesting mind.
Thank you.
They didn't say that I couldn't take bribes, and she's going to like literally just shove the jewel right into her finger.
I love it.
Whether or not there's actually like a ring around there or not is up to you. And she does examine it, and she goes, yes, I think I like that.
This will make all the other giants jealous.
It suits you.
Thank you. What else do you have?
You said you like to cast spells.
I do.
Is the magic in this place kind of hard to come by?
Yes, very much so. That is why most people use souls.
Oh, well, I have something that you can use that it can take the place of a soul, or multiple. And I'm going to pull out a mana crystal.
You have a lot of pretty gems on you, don't you?
Yes, sort of.
And she goes to like grab that one as well, and she'll go ahead and put it right next to the other one. How many more of these do you have?
A few, but I need to keep some for myself.
I think 2 more might be acceptable.
How about something more grand than 2 of those stones put together?
You're going to be hard to beat this beautiful fingernail of mine.
It's the emerald spider.
And her eyes like completely widen, and she
This is
deal.
the last. Very well.
and she will take it. Interesting. And she puts it right next to the others, and she just kind of like moves out of the way, slams the staff into the ground, and she goes, Welcome to the marshland. Good luck in there.
Thank you. Very nice to meet you. What was her name again?
Watchman.
Watchman.
Watchman today.
Watchman today.
Yes.
What will you be called tomorrow?
Whatever the job requires of me, I suppose. Which is a very long name, but it's a name.
Well, and enjoy your watching.
Enjoy your swamp walk.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I do have rafts available, and she shakes her hut a little bit for another gem.
We'll think about it.
And then just keep on walking.
Yeah. No, thank you. We're just looking.
The perfect way to collect the leeches that you were looking for.
Indeed.
I thought you were looking for tadpoles.
Well, I was, and then I thought leeches might be a better subservient.
It fits the theme.
Right.
When I heard they were for frogs versus illithids, they have a different connotation there. So.
Right. So you guys continue through the swamp. If anybody wants to try and attract leeches, you can roll up your pants, I suppose. I mean, I guess they can go under the pants, too. I don't
Have you guys
remember.
ever had leeches on you? They're so gross. I have.
You never kill them.
I imagine
kind
no.
of like a leaf stuck to your leg, and then you pull them off, and you bleed forever.
Yeah, they're nasty.
And eventually, you two find yourselves approaching a small keep on a hill. And Rowan points up ahead, and she goes, "That is..."
He'll keep.
No.
I'm just guessing.
Coal
because
mine keep.
People are very bad at naming things.
It's had a few different names over the years, but most people call it coal mine.
Is it because there's a coal mine nearby?
No, it's just because there's a guy that was named Coal Mine. Kolmine. Yeah.
It still fits with my terrible at naming things.
You do start to see both compasses start spinning, like excitedly, like you guys are where you need to be.
It appears we're supposed to be here.
Great.
Is this where you are stationed or spend your time?
No, although if we could reclaim this, that wouldn't be a bad thing. Edgar scrunches up his nose and he goes, "There's a swamp right here. It would definitely be a bad thing."
How many times has this keep fallen over and been rebuilt in the swamp? Because if this is the third one, we're good.
The foundation, yeah. The foundation
other two keeps
held up.
Yeah, yes.
But you approach the keep. One of the walls has been knocked in, so it's pretty easy to get inside, even if you don't go
I
through
wonder
the
if
front
that's
gates.
Watchman's work.
Could be. You did see several giant footprints in the murk as you were going through, or at least little depressions that made footprint outlines, that kind of thing. Inside the castle, if it can be called that, is a single set of buildings. You got a barracks, a stable, an officer's hall / storeroom that you can see, and all of them look decrepit and abandoned, like they've been this way for ages. And Rowan says, "Fan out, everybody. See what you can find." Sorry, that was to my crew, not to you guys. You can do what you want.
Sounds like a decent plan. We'll see if we can figure out why the compasses are indicating this is where we should be.
A couple of rules that I've always tried to stick to.
Go ahead. It's better.
Wizards-
Dodrick is actually the one that you're probably telling this to, and he's like,
Wizards die first.
Mm-hmm. Good strategy.
Never split up. Wait a second.
Oh. I'll go to Vicar. You go to Edgar. Vicar, don't split up. He says as he splits you two up. So where did each of you go?
So tell me again what was...
We got barracks, a stable, and an officer's hall / storeroom.
I'll go to the officer's hall.
Okay.
Storeroom / since I'm good at investigating stuff. So let's see if I can find clues or anything there that might help us.
Give me an investigate check. What about Lyrian? After he prestidigitations himself, I'm assuming.
Every puddle you step in, you're like, ah.
I think he would probably... He's going to sniff the air. Which one smells more foul?
Perception
rookery.
check. if there were a recruit.
19 plus perception.
Stables are typically more foul-smelling than barracks, right? I guess it depends on how many soldiers
It's
were in
a
the
keep in a
barracks.
swamp.
Yeah.
I suppose I can look into the barracks.
Depends if the soldiers were senators.
Bathed.
Yes, that would add to it for sure.
Well, do they stay in the stables or the barracks?
Oh, the new horse pants question.
Would they wear them like this?
Would they, if this entire had pants, would they wear them like this or this? Okay, so you're heading to the barracks. Go ahead and roll me an investigate check
I'll
for that
avoid the
one.
manure.
Does that leave the
I will
stables?
go to the stables.
I won't make you roll an investigate check, but we're starting with you.
Oh, no.
So you enter into the stables, and you see a lot of like dead animals in various stages of decay, that kind of thing. It doesn't look like they're all like skeletons or anything, but you do hear rustling from the far stable. And as you approach, you kind of come around the corner and you see a single ox, or at least the bones of one, as it continually chews hay that falls right through its ribcage and back onto the ground.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to notice you. It just is lightly chewing on its hay and just not even paying attention to anything else around it.
There's a pile of mushy hay below it because it keeps eating.
And actually, it looks like it's almost been like eating the hay and then backing up and eating it again. So it's been like making this little like backwards trail around the thing. Because like, oh hey, more hay, you know?
Oh, hey.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that's all you find in here.
Okay.
What was your investigate?
28.
28. Okay, I'm going to send you a thingamadoodle.
A thingamadoodle.
Yep. Bolt finds a journal, or rather, some pages of an old dusty journal that seem to tell a bit of a story of one of the officers who used to be at this keep. If you'd like to read that out.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay.
It is a bit of a long one, but...
10th of Mentum, which these are all, I'm assuming, the months of
Aneria. Yes, correct.
My predecessor was apparently horrible at his job, likely what caused this keep to become overrun in the first place. My battalion arrived today and easily reclaimed the keep within 12 hours, shattering the ranks of undead that stood in our way. The priests are already consecrating the grounds and the bodies of the dead on both sides, while I work with the lieutenants on shift rotations. And then 8 days later, on the 18th of Mentham, I would have thought the War College of Athema would have beaten the fear out of my men, but night patrols are spooked. They claim to see movement in the fog-covered moors on our southern border. More than one has caused a full amassing by ringing the alarm bell, only to have us see no enemies moving towards us. I have told my lieutenants to handle punishment for their own shifts, but if this continues on our late patrol, I may have to step in. 35th of Mentum.
As a reminder, each month has 40 days in an area. Because we use the 10-day method here.
10 month.
No, 10-day.
10 days.
Oh, 10 days a week.
Yep, 10 days a week.
Gotcha. 2 men were sent to the stocks today over a matter of a locket. Both spotted it in the mud, having surfaced from the recent rain, and before anyone knew what was happening, they had drawn blades on one another and were crying out for blood to claim the peace for themselves. It was unprecedented in my company, but things are tense here and morale is suffering. Our superiors have yet to relay orders through the woods, and any messengers we have sent north have not returned. Still, I found myself worried about the item in question and requested one of the battle priests come and cleanse it. It would be just like the forces of Skarn to leave the cursed items behind for us to find. 3rd Stellos. Daily armor maintenance has been mandated for the garrison. The murky swampland in the heat of the summer are already causing rust and wear on leather straps. The priests continue to cleanse whatever liquid we haul in, but swear I can still taste silt in the purified water. We have also assigned soldiers to a daily gardening routine on the outer walls. The vines and moss grow so quickly along the walls, it would be unwise not to. A virile swampland is no excuse for an untidy keep. We wouldn't want to disappoint the generals when they arrive to inspect the keep, if that ever happens. The 40th of Stellos. We should have had relief weeks ago, but none has arrived. Why do they not come? Why can no runner break through the forest? Do I have to build a damn skiff and row through the swamp myself to seek answers? Have they truly just abandoned us to this fort? Oh, weird. This journal keeps...
It's magically updating.
It's updating on the fly.
Yeah, I forgot to add a question mark there. Screw you, read the next one.
15th.
It's a ghost writing it.
15th of Canaan. The last of our travel supplies wore out today. We are officially living off of whatever we can hunt from the lands. I am sending Lieutenant Valus out with a hunting party today. They have a secondary goal to see if they can find any trace of our missing messengers. The 16th of Canaan. A man arrived today, not one of Valus' group, who is still hunting, or a messenger from the kingdom. A man in simple black robes hauling a cart filled to the brim with salted meat and vegetables at surprisingly reasonable prices. After speaking with our priests, we paid him the usual rate for army procurement, of course, which did not seem to upset him, as it usually did with other merchants. He simply took his money and rode off with his empty cart, agreeing to return soon with more. It's all poisoned! Don't eat it!
This is both like reading through and
I just yell out, it's poison! Don't eat that! I have a bad habit.
The ox spits out the egg.
I have a bad... I'm like one of those people that yell at movies, like, no, don't go in there! But it's with books.
Say my name.
23rd of Canaan. 2 priests were found dead in their bunks today. One of them, our lead war priest, his successor examined the bodies and concluded that they had died the night peacefully, though he could not explain what had killed them beyond natural causes. I'm doubling the guard just in case, and including a priest on every patrol. I expected pushback from the priests as usual to this, but they seemed ready to serve, which is just as well. 30th Canaan. The old man has not returned, and neither has Valus or the 20 men I sent with her. But it doesn't seem to matter. Our quartermaster came to me today and informed me that we should have been through a good portion of the supplies we purchased from the merchant by now, but the larder is still as full as ever. When I asked the priest to investigate, he assured me that there was no curse causing this. The larder seems to be magical and replicates the food we put in. Ooh, interesting. 39th of Canaan. Lieutenant Namar attempted a coup today. His men had stopped eating the food from the larder, saying it was making us sick, but all I saw were sallow faces as I sent them to be hanged. Meanwhile, I remain well-fed and happy. After the executions, the head priest and his clergy did the usual rituals with the bodies, no doubt locking them from ever being used as undead should our enemy appear once again. The 5th of Full. An army has been spotted in the woods, marching its way south towards us. The banners may be familiar, but I no longer trust them. We will prepare the keep for a siege. If they think they can wait us out, they will find out just how full our stomachs are and how endless our rage. 6th of Full, the priest revealed to me the truth of our mission here today. As the army began to approach, we lowered the banners of the kingdom and put up the banners of our true Lord, the one who saved us when no one would. All glory to Skarn. May he reign eternal. How old does this journal appear to be? Pretty worn or fairly?
I would say that it is... It's surprising that it's holding together. This appears to be a tome from pre-shattering times.
Oh, okay. Is there anything else I find? I will definitely keep hold of that.
We'll get to what else you find later because there is something else in this kind of combined storehouse.
It's a magic storeroom.
Yes. But in the barracks, Lyrian actually finds a letter. Which I
Male, female?
This is the writer of the letter is a female.
Dear Aiden, I'm sorry that I am writing you like this. Instead of... I'm trying to channel my inner brave.
Southern Belle.
No, when he's like, oh, I just want to go frolic in the woods and blah, blah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Instead of waiting for you to come back from the tour. But I fear it will be worse for you if I had said nothing at all. After you left, a new maester's son began to talk with me. Me, a peasant. Talking with someone like him. We have fallen in love, and I must be with him. Do not think this doesn't mean that I don't love you.
Which is a weird double negative.
My knight in shining armor. Because I do. But Hoven, this is the way of making me see that this bleak world has this way of making me see the bleak world in his new colors. He is charming and knows poetry. And he visits me frequently at night to sing to me.
I have spent many evenings enraptured by his voice, listening until the morning arrives, and I am weak with love. Oh,
I think
Alden,
that's the syphilis. All right.
if only you could hear what I hear. When you return, please do come see me at the Maester's house. I will introduce you to Hoven, and you will hear his song for yourself. Then you will understand why I have decided to be with him. Kind regards, Name.
That's quite the Dear John letter there.
It's a horrible Dear John letter. But other than that, there isn't too much in the barracks. It's just kind of decrepit bunks and, worn down clothes, moth-eaten, that kind of thing.
Why do I keep hearing the words Christine?
Christine.
Christine. Christine.
Phantom.
It's Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, okay, gotcha, yep. Mm-hmm.
Where in the world have you been hiding?
Doctor Strange, Christine.
Yes. That one. Yeah. But in the storehouse,
First,
yes.
Bad Wolf.
as part of this reading of the journal, can I ritual cast Identify? Like, I'm looking through it, I'm looking it over.
Oh, sure.
Reading through it.
Yeah, so you
To
can...
see if there's any, is it magical at all? Is it just a mundane journal?
The journal is mundane.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be anything.
I want to make sure it's
magical
not
about it.
cursed, because I have been handed cursed items before.
No. That never happened.
Yeah, of course not.
Nope, this one is not cursed, so you're good there.
What else do I find?
Sorry. In the storeroom, the larder has been completely dismantled. There's nothing left of anything that would account for shelves or anything like that.
Like destroyed or taken apart?
Like taken apart meticulously, because there is a giant tunnel that leads underground here now. And Rowan walks in.
I yell, "No, don't go in there!"
Rowan is actually going to walk in a few moments later, and she goes, "That's probably where we need to go, right?"
It appears so.
Together.
Also, I found this, and I'm just going to hold it up so she can see. It looks like it's an old journal from pre-shattering.
Really?
Yes.
Anything noteworthy in there?
It appears there was an occupying army that took this place back from the undead, and then a merchant came and sold them some food. When they started running low, when they put it here, apparently this place was magical at some point, and it just multiplied the food endlessly. Some reinforcements started to come, and then they seemed to turn towards Skarn. There's the last line. I'll read it off again. It'll be like, praise Skarn, blah blah blah.
Yeah, that sounds like how the Empire's Karn operates. They like to leave behind little tricks and traps to get people on their side through mind control or various
Silly
other
witches.
means.
Tricks are for kids.
Pray Scar never be his name.
Lyrian just says that randomly.
As I walk in, I found a letter, a love letter, if anyone's interested.
I found a journal.
It's kind of
Which is like lots of letters.
Fred walks in pulling a skeleton.
Can I keep her?
What the fuck is that? It's like missing its stomach.
Yeah, I mean it's fully skeletal at this point, so yeah.
Her name is Milky White.
Aww.
And it seems peaceful.
I mean,
It's an undead. It should probably be destroyed.
well, it's not hurting anyone now, is it?
Not yet.
Oh, what's it going to do? It doesn't have a taste for human flesh.
No, the officer's just lightly gnawing on your shirt.
Stop that.
Making the motion of licking, but there's no tongue.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm not going to argue over an ox.
All right, but, just like we've said before, you're going to have to clean up with it after it. Take it for walks and take care of
Okay, destroy it.
Dodrick will go ahead and just slam his hammer down on the thing and knock it to bits. You told me to destroy it, right?
Yes, now I think you're a terrible person.
I feel okay.
I'm joking.
All right.
Or am I?
Don't know.
I don't have access to that much extra knowledge.
Yeah.
Only my stat sheet.
Only the stat sheet.
all right.
All right. How do you want to do this, Bolt? You're the senior here.
I will go first. It's kind of our MO.
You sure you don't want Vicar up there with you?
If he can handle himself, sure.
I can handle myself. I can handle it. Yeah, so he'll come up to the front with you, and basically you can march side by side. There's about a 20-foot tunnel that it just kind of it seems to be bored into the earth, heading down.
I will do the standard. So, my new body.
Nobody.
Yeah, I have a little thing right here that I can flip up, and I can take a coin or a rock, and it's like spring loaded, and I can put it in there, and I can cast what do you call it?
Magic stone.
Magical tinkering, and make it into a light. So I can
Oh, cool.
So I'm gonna walk around and have a little bit of a light.
Okay. Yeah, and they'll pull out torches as well, the paladins, and light them up.
Are they as impressed with magic like Arconis was?
I mean, they seem a bit more wary of any magic. So, you pull out the coin and you activate it, and they kind of give it this look of, I wonder how many souls it would take to, to power that
a coin,
tiny little
I have
thing.
to, flick it and get it to spin and then it lights up.
That's really cool. But yeah, they seem a bit more wary than the Arconians were. The Arconians seemed very impressed whenever you were able to do magic without...
That's a great sci-fi name, by the way. The
Arconians, yeah. Whenever you were able to do magic without the help of a runestone or anything like that. But this is very much every bit of magic here typically requires some form of mortal sacrifice.
Yeah.
So
Blood
it's a lot more. Yeah, I mean
soul magic.
Yeah, and you haven't really discounted that because you have the two people that have been the most magical out of you three so far have been a blood mage and the lady with tentacle eyes.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm going to summon Blinky.
Yeah.
Where does Blinky stay when he's not is he pocket dimensioned into a shirt pocket and he literally
I've been meaning to ask, what's in that pocket there? Oh, it's Blinky.
I love
what's
that.
in the pocket with eyes all over it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Why do you always wear that shirt? It has pockets.
He
That's
actually
that's
just
Victor.
morphs
He's got
into
that.
another tentacle. So he looks like a tentacle until I summon him.
But he looks...
It's a very lumpy tentacle.
Yeah, he's
has
definitely yeah, he doesn't sway along with the other tentacles or anything.
Yes.
sometimes he just kind of just falls flat.
Yeah.
You keep walking, or when you stop walking, it runs into the other eyeballs.
Yep. Yeah, so you summon Blinky, and again, all the paladins shrink back a little bit, what the...
It gives them all Eskimo kisses.
No, get him away!
Those are butterfly kisses.
Sorry, butterfly kisses. Yeah.
And Vicar looks like he's about to say something, and then he just looks over at Edgar, and Edgar goes, "Hey, what's with the floating eyeball thing?"
Oh, he's going to go scout ahead. Go ahead, Blinky.
And then just floats off down the hallway.
I get hit in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I'm
Is
used
it
to it.
how many eyes did you have to collect to make it?
Oh, none.
None.
I just had a really bad day and he appeared.
That's true, actually.
That's not how magic works, though, is it?
Oh, yes.
I think so.
Magic does all kinds of weird stuff.
I mean, but you didn't kill anybody?
It was a breakup.
A relationship?
Yeah. What? You think I'm incapable of a relationship?
And that's not what I said at all.
I starts crying again and another Oculorb gets created.
No, I was just surprised that something as mundane as a relationship breakup could cause something magical.
Oh,
like
what?
that.
I'm a hysterical woman now? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I am not. And Edgar turns and goes, Vicar? Vicar goes, just punch him in the arm. That's what I do.
No, it's fine. I kind of like this psychological torture.
I don't.
You do psychic damage sometimes.
Yes,
right?
true. So Blinky goes on ahead, and eventually you see this giant set of double doors come into view, and he slaps right into it a few times, and this keeps
Blinky! Blinky.
and so it's hit, one eye goes out, hit, another eye goes out.
There's a door up ahead. Blinky can't get through.
Oh, that's really cool that you can see out of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Finally, you said something right.
I don't know who he's giving the thumbs up to. The camera. I did it. So eventually,
Just being around Fred lets you tap into the fourth wall occasionally.
Yes. The rest of you,
he can turn and go, the proposal.
the proposal. Yes. I can gently tap on the fourth wall too. Eventually, you do come to this big set of double doors. It looks like it's another fortress doorway, like what you would see up in the keep above.
How's our compasses doing?
They are going absolutely ballistic.
Both of them?
Yep. Yours shatters.
Oh, I thought I must have held it too hard.
Yeah. The blood is you can basically like turn the compass one way or the other, and the blood will change directions drastically.
Have you
at
ever
this point.
seen those ferrofluid speakers?
Yeah.
That's what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
Have you seen those?
I think I think you've described this compass in like 3 different ways over the course of like the last 10 episodes.
Tell us, what is your favorite description of the compass?
I'm just like, there's so many cool
It
things
keeps
that it
popping
could be.
into my head.
Yeah. But it always feels like it's something different. I think this is the first time you mentioned the Ferris, and yeah, like it's just really cool how many different concepts you can get out of that. But yes, it is freaking out. You are pretty much where you need to be.
Interesting.
Any ideas how to get past the wall or the door? Besides,
Yeah, it's just the door.
besides Dodrick, of course.
I'm going to go see if it's just unlocked.
It is not unlocked. Thank you for checking first, but it is not.
I touch the handle and it explodes.
Yeah. No, it feels like you kind of like push on it, and it feels like it is like barred from the other side.
This looks like a job for Shatter.
All right. Presence known.
Well, hold on. Before I am going to turn on. Does anyone have any other ideas other than me just knocking this door down?
Dodrick is like, I could also knock the door down. That's a different idea, technically.
That's true. Yeah, other than me or Dodrick or anyone else knocking the door down, do you have any other ways you might get in?
Well, I could step
Is there a
into the
keyhole I can
ethereal
shrink
plane.
Blinky and
I don't think Blinky
Reduce?
can shrink.
would reduce? Have reduce. He's already only like this big.
Yeah, okay. Yep, there is a keyhole that you could definitely use reduce on if you want
Okay,
to.
that's another idea.
So Blinky would go to the other side of the door and...
I don't remember if
Fred could see what's over there.
Yeah, I could see.
Okay, yeah, so not necessarily getting past the door, but seeing what's on the other side.
Yeah. I'm not going to shrink us all.
Well, I was just thinking, like, were you expecting Blinky to, like, lift the bar off of the door? Yeah, sorry, most of our crew is the sort of...
Marshall, yes. Fred or Lyrian, do you have anything you would like to try?
I could step into the ethereal plane, but
Oh, that's right. That really disgusting travel you do.
it's quite efficient.
I shudder and it's just like clink, 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 clink. It sounds like chains rattling.
It sounds like a teapot from a very nervous gentleman.
Yes.
So, but I don't know that I would be strong enough, depending how big is this bar on the other side.
I mean, it probably spans the width of the door. Generally,
I wouldn't
a
exactly
beam.
call myself strong. But I do have a potion to get one of you strong people over there.
Wait, what potion is that?
Well, if you're going to do that, you would just take me.
Well, here.
We wouldn't even need to use a
Take
potion.
this.
No. You keep the potion. I don't need the strength potion.
No, this one's not strength.
It's not strength. It's
I'll
This
get you
one's
over.
the potion of gaseous form.
that'd do.
Any objections? Bloink.
What? Through the nose?
Because it
Gaseous?
vaporizes.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Vapor up.
Yeah, so after a few moments, Bolt turns into gas and kind of, you can like filter your way through
I
the
like
door.
to think that.
I like go through the door and then I like poke my head back through. And I'll
It's
be like,
definitely giving Casper.
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, I've always been told that I am a bag of hot air.
That's a good one, Bolt.
Hey, Larry,
Wow.
how long does this last?
That's a good joke. Yeah, like, I think it should last a minute. Typically,
Can I
they do.
cancel? Is it one of those things
Yes,
I can
you can
cancel?
cancel.
So when I get over there, I
You
will
can
go
end
through
the effect as a bonus action.
I'll go through the crack, keyhole, or whatever, through the door,
Mm-hmm.
and then what do I see?
So
Oh, and I cast a message as he's going through so that we can communicate.
okay, perfectly. Yeah, so we can relay this back to you as well. You are in a large circular room. There are 3 different tunnels heading off in different directions. But the most notable feature is that there are dozens of small alcoves evenly spaced around this room. And each of them is filled with a kind of a cloth-stitched doll that is sort of just like hanging there. And each of them looks to be
Fred's like, more
very similar in appearance to figures that you know and figures that you don't recognize at all. But it doesn't take you very long, for example, to find one that looks like Eve. And then right next to them, you find one that looks like Ezra.
I will cancel the stuff.
And then probably one that looks like, we'll say,
Lyra?
Lyra. Yep, Lyra is definitely one that's nearby. We'll go ahead and say Lucan. You can recognize a Lucan doll somewhere in there.
Who's Lucan again?
Eve's
Love interest.
Yep. Not love interest, but yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
The bad boy crush.
Yeah, basically, like, there's a few other familiar... Ainor. There's actually a figure of Ainor in here as well.
I will cancel the effect, or by the time 1 minute, it's not very long, and I will go and am I able to lift the thing off the door?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll open it. Come on in, but do not touch anything until we can figure out what is going on.
Okay. Yeah, everybody walks in, single file kind of stuff. And immediately, like, the paladins, like, look over and they're like, hey, doesn't that look like Sister Talma over there? It's almost like you can identify them pretty immediately by looking at the doll itself.
Oh, this is like the have you ever read the like Genji Fault or whatever it's called with Junji Ito, where there's like a big earthquake and a fault line pops up and it's all the different body shapes and everyone like immediately knows like that's mine.
Yeah.
And they like go put themselves into it and it slowly like pulls them in and like ends up warping them and yeah, crazy.
Fred notices one of them is her old like Arcanum instructor as well.
Inor's comes with a little tiny pot of chili.
When they point them out,
Are they like action figures and they have their own little like discerning items with them? Tiny little items.
No, but
when they say the sister and they're pointing at the one, do I also perceive the sister in the same place they're pointing?
Yeah.
yeah. So you look over and you do see like the.
So it's not like I see Ainor.
No, yeah,
Fred
it is.
sees
It is like
Lucan,
you
or
see a
something
doll
else.
that none of you recognize, but they clearly do.
Okay.
And this one looks like I point out Ezra and
One of them looks like your mother, Lyrian.
Your mother.
That one looks like Lyrian.
his mother one looks like Larry.
No, another one looks like Lyrian.
Interesting. Does bolts look like bolts, or does it look like old bolts?
There's no one. There's not one that looks like Bolt, and there's not one that looks like Fred.
I mean,
Bolt,
it's
is this
impossible to
some
capture
weird
my likeness.
fetish room from
Lyrian,
your dreams or something?
does this one look like you? To you, I should say.
I'll
Because
look
it does to us.
Yes, yes, it does look like.
It looks very old, like 70, 80
I want
years
to.
old.
I want to get close to it, and I want to like smell it to
This
see
is
if I
Bolt's
can
new
smell
thing.
blood on
They
it.
don't-
or
they don't
any,
understand,
kind
like-
of like.
Yeah, sure.
I
Go
love
get.
it.
Go ahead and give me a perception or an Arcana check, whichever one you want to do.
It's just a 5. Arcana is I think
That'll be 11.
Plus,
+6, I think.
yeah, I think it's +6. Arcana +6. Yep.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Yes, you can as well.
Or investigation.
So you got a 17, 11 plus 6, or 11 total.
11 total.
11 total. You can smell something on the doll, but it's not like anything discernible that you can pick.
I like poke it in the stomach.
Yeah, you do feel like a little bit of a pressure in your stomach when you poke on it.
On your own.
Yep. What was your roll?
24.
24. Yeah, you can sense that these things are magical of some kind. They have some sort of connection to the people that they are that they resemble.
Interesting. I'll
go up to Eve doll, and I'll just be like, Eve, if you can hear me, please get here quick.
Okay. There's no response from the doll.
Yep. I just...
Ooh, ask it to message you.
Send me a message through the ring if you get this. This is Bolt, by the way.
This isn't just some weird voice you're randomly hearing.
This isn't a chalice that I've
Yeah.
Looking at the watch, and trying to see, is it reacting to anything in the room?
The watch specifically is, or the compass. Yeah, is specifically pointing down the middle hallway out of the three. No matter where you turn it. There's no response from Eve.
Can we shine a torch down each? We're not going to go down the hallways, but I want to see.
I mean, they just kind of stretch it into the darkness.
Hallways.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You can't really see too far behind it. Everyone goes, what's the plan here?
Well,
I mean, we're not supposed to split up.
I'm gonna pick up the doll.
The U doll. Okay.
you are.
You.
Whoa.
Hey, what did you ever do with So-So's voodoo doll? I put it in the washing machine. It was looking pretty ratty. He's got a date tonight. You feel kind of a pressure around where you're holding the doll on your body, but you don't pick up into the air.
Give yourself a hug and be like,
Oh,
oh.
that's nice.
Fred's like, now I want a doll. That's
No, I
me.
want a doll that's me.
I was randomly remembering the other day our what were those stuffed animals that we had?
Beanie Babies?
No.
Oh.
In Aneria.
Oh, the Snuggle Beasts.
Snuggle Beasts.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they had a little thing on them that said best friends
It's
for feather.
Yep.
I just remembered that randomly the other day. And
I still want to make a t-shirt that has that
same.
on it. Yeah.
best friends for feather. That's cute. Damn it.
Can I try? Is it? That wouldn't be considered a creature. It's an object. Never mind. I was gonna try Hematurgic Scythe on it and see what happens.
Do what? No, sorry, what?
I was gonna see if I could do Hematurgic.
Yeah, because it's an object and not a creature.
and
Yeah.
an object,
Mhm.
couldn't do
Yep. It wouldn't have any effect.
Okay. I can't counterspell it. He doesn't like the idea of someone
Torrey
else
is
having.
trying hard not to do anything.
things out there.
Since Torrey knows what this is. But
Yes. Thank you very much
Can
for the
I
idea,
can
Torrey.
I pick up the Lucan doll? Not gently, because I don't care about Lucan.
Okay, sure.
And I want to ritual cast Identify on it.
Okay, yeah.
So this will tell me some specific things.
I'll go ahead and let you know that this is a voodoo doll.
Okay.
You kind of figured that out, I'm assuming, by this point.
Yeah.
It does have a mystical connection that kind of trails off in one direction, but it also has one that trails off in another direction down the left tunnel.
Now, can I... So we got compass going down the middle, this one going on the left. Can I do this to a few others?
Yeah.
And see if we can get any that go like down the right side, or they all go down the left, or...
It seems most of them are
like
going down
Einor's-
left and right. Some of them actually, both of the connections are pretty much in the same area. Like you can see them like twinning around each other. But so not all of them are leading down one of the two tunnels. None of them seem to be going down the middle tunnel, though. They seem to be only going down the side tunnels.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. I think I got this. I think I know what this is. Because the doppelgangers had... they looked at like Eve and Ezra.
They even had their like abilities and stuff as well.
So so these are the doppelgangers that have connected through these objects. That's what I'm assuming.
It also means that there is another Ezra one out there because you killed the Ezra one, or the other Ezra one like committed suicide.
The Ezra doppelganger.
Yes, a new one.
There is a
Ezra.
new one. Yeah.
Yes. I'll let everyone know. I think these are what the doppelgangers use to become the different people they become, and how they get their memories and abilities.
Doppelgangers?
Yes.
Like shapeshifters?
Yes, creatures that can take up the guise of another being and basically become them in all aspects. We've ran into a few. In fact, one of them murdered our friend, and that's who we're here. We're here to find the friend and or the doppelganger that did it.
I see.
And this
And
is
it
what
is-
she looks like.
Yeah.
I will tell you that the Lyra one did go down the left hallway as well.
Okay.
Yes. Well, that's very concerning because some of these are from the cloister, which is supposed to be secret, and
You may have been infiltrated.
yeah, that. I think we need to go take care of that.
Yes, I agree.
I'm so sorry. You guys, you can handle this here. You
No,
said that
hold
you
on.
were powerful.
You need to stay. You need to stay, and I believe.
I
Are
mean,
any
we
of
could
the-
always use a couple level 10s around.
The cannon fodder, as it were.
Exactly.
Are any of those threads you're speaking of going down the center?
So far, no, but I've only been at
It
this for
seems the
30
compass is
minutes.
pointing this direction. Have you tried it with anyone in this room?
Like with yours.
Well, I trust me. Not me, someone else.
You tried. You're talking about identify. Is there another one in this room? That looks like.
Lyrian appears to be the only one that has a voodoo doll
Alright.
in this room.
Identify it.
Yeah, I'll identify it.
Does it point toward me?
One of the connections does flow into Lyrian, and then another one goes down the
want to
left hall.
see that, and we don't see anybody in their extended party in those. Okay.
Nope.
It's gonna be difficult to know. Hopefully, none of them.
Wait. How do you
Lyrian,
know that you are not a doppelganger?
Because I'm me. Of course.
Well,
Is there a way to tell?
Usually killing a doppelganger reverts it back to its normal form.
I'm sorry to do this.
disintegrate.
Just kidding, I'm not.
Of course, if you turn them to ash, nothing happens.
Now,
Wow.
Lyrian,
Yes.
I apologize, and I'm going to take the hand and squeeze it.
Yeah, you feel like are you full on like trying to break his hand?
I'm going to go. If he starts reacting, I'm going to stop.
Yes,
Like
absolutely.
if he, you
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. And if I like move the arm, does it make his arm move, or does he just feel the?
He just feels like the phantom,
Okay.
feeling of the arm. Yeah, it's not like you can make the voodoo doll walk or anything like that.
That's what I'm trying to like. Yeah,
Yeah.
make you dance.
I'm doing the splits.
Oh, sorry, I popped a seam.
Oh no!
Stitch.
Oh.
Stuffing starts coming out of Lyrian's
I guess that's
leg.
what they call it, a stitch in your side, right?
Mm-hmm.
It appears that we would be unable to destroy these. I'll actually, again, I apologize. I'm going to take one of the torches and just get like the hand close to it.
Yeah, it will start heating up and burning Lyrian's hand.
And pull it away. So it can't be burned. That can't be. I have a feeling we need to destroy
Natali
it.
hands you like an ointment for the burn.
Yeah. I'm not like holding it in there and be like, you know, I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, yep, it's affecting you. It appears that we are unable to destroy them.
How many are there?
Oh, let's see. Counting like it kind of goes like ring up and up and up because this is a pretty big room. I would say probably about like 120, 130.
Bolt, I would like to have my doll.
I am tempted to put you into the bag of holding to see if,
I literally was
if
thinking
it
we should try
severs
that.
the threads of sorts.
If you do that, and I suffocate,
Hold your breath.
I will come back and hold your ass.
Specifically my ass,
Yes.
not my whole being.
100%.
Oh, that's okay.
Rowan leans in and says,
I can replace it with
we know
another
how
one."
to exorcise ghosts, so don't worry.
And asses, apparently.
Well, I mean,
Well, all right.
I won't let you die, I promise.
If you must.
so you're putting the doll in the bag of holding, or are you putting Lyrian in the bag of holding?
No, I was going to put the doll in, but I'm going to say, if this by chance severs those threads, we may have a mob of angry changelings or doppelgangers coming from there and possibly there.
I'm ready.
Okay. I'm going to put it into the bag.
Yeah, so you put it into the bag of holding, you close it back up, and you're kind of still like in the identification process, and you do feel like a moment of claustrophobia, and then it's gone. And the threads are cut.
Okay. I'll pull it back out. Do they reattach?
Nope.
Like I can like poke.
Nope, it doesn't seem like they're...
I made sure to like poke a bunch to make sure you can see it, and then I'm going to like maybe tear it and light on fire.
Yeah.
Well, it seems that did it.
Everyone, bags of holding. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna start tossing the dolls in.
When he does it though, I am going to use major image.
As many as we can.
Yeah. I am going to use major image to make it look like I catch fire.
Isn't that prestidigitation? You can do that. You can make yourself thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy.
No.
What have you done?
Okay. Yeah, so you start going through...
I'll go through like the ones I know first, like Eve, Ezra, Ainur,
Yeah.
Lyra.
Yep. So you start going through and you start ripping, just tossing these into bags of holding. And
Because we each have one.
soon enough, you do hear screeches coming from the left and the right hallways.
Oh, dear.
Fred, would you take care of the right?
Yes.
I will take care of the left. And, Lyrian, can you continue severing the threads?
Yes. Not a problem.
I think the best thing to do is to just kind of play this theater of the mind, just because you guys are on opposite sides of the room.
I'm going to get the kid, the car, and I'm going to say, you wanted to be a bulwark? Let's do this. And I'm going to pull out my shield and I'm going to plant it.
Oh, yeah,
because I don't usually do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to plant this into the ground.
Okay. Yeah, Vikar's going to slam his shields down right next to you, and then a bunch more like barriers of light start forming up in the tunnel. Just as you see these gray, fleshy doppelgangers with like just pinprick eyes and no mouth start like screaming down the halls, clawing on the ceiling, that kind of thing.
They're cool looking.
Swarming down. Yeah, if you want to go grab them, because we might encounter some later, but they are pretty good. These are the creatures.
Ew.
They all have dad bods.
Remind me of...
They have Grinch bods.
Yeah, that's true. They do. Without the hair.
Yeah. They remind me of, what's his name? The fish guy from... what's his name?
Abe Sapien
Yeah.
from Hellboy?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what it reminds me of. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and roll initiative here. Actually, no, you know what? Let's not roll initiative quite yet. Bolt, what do you want to do for your tunnel?
I am going to... So I've got the shield planted, and I've got the other guy. He's got his shields up.
Yep.
And the barriers, right?
Yeah, basically they are like storming in and starting to like slam into the barriers, trying to break them down.
I'm going to... Let's see... I'm going to do like lightning lure on them as they get close and just like just throw out zaps of energy.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, so you start killing one after the other. The hobgoblin archer comes up behind you.
I'll do
and
some like ball bearings beforehand too to prep.
And he's going to like pull back his bow, and a bunch of like little pinpricks of light will form around him and shoot right through the barriers and start like piercing one after the other. Fred, on your side, Rowan and Edgar and Dodrick, I'll come over to assist you. So how are you going to handle your side of the tunnel here?
I definitely want to use my fire breath.
Okay. Yeah, so you just wait, like, you're just kind of standing there, and, like, Rowan is like, what are we doing? What's gonna, like, what are you gonna do? Come on, you gotta do something, they're getting close. And then as soon as, like, they're, like, the majority is...
What other, like...
You just, like, full on breathe fire down the tunnel and incinerate the whole group of them, and then another group starts coming in. Yeah, you can do the Banshee scream after that.
Awesome.
Yeah, very cool. So you guys finish up with yours first, and then Lyrian, you manage to take the dolls down and put them into the bag, basically destroying the rest of these voodoo dolls. Okay. And no doubt, probably making a few people very surprised that their loved ones are suddenly gray fleshy things.
Yeah, it may not be the best thing to have them suddenly be like unearthed in front of people, but it's better than having them be constantly taking their lives. Yep. So
yeah,
we can deal with the fallout later.
Yeah, so eventionally the flow of doppelgangers.
That's kind of our motto.
Yeah, we'll deal with the fallout later.
Yeah.
The flow of doppelgangers kind of slows a little bit, and Rowan says, we're going to head down the right tunnel and just clear the rest of them out if you want to do the same on the left.
Yes, we'll do that. We'll push down the left, and we'll be, cracking some heads and shocking them to death and whatever else.
Okay, so that the paladins will start heading down the right. You guys start heading down the left. You start clearing out whatever few doppelgangers come out of the shadows at you. One of them comes out looking like Eve, but it's just in the normal shapeshift. They don't have their powers nearly as strong as that, so you manage to rip her head off easily.
I full on keep her image out of your mouth. Smack into the ground.
Yeah.
Boom.
And then turns back to normal.
I'm gonna pop greater invisibility and go down the center.
Okay, so you're not following these two. You're heading down the center tunnel. Okay. So what we'll do then is we will start with the center tunnel. Lyrian heads down and kind of goes through a few different rooms with various body parts. There's a butchery almost. There's one of those meat hook rooms that has a bunch of different body parts hanging in it, that kind of thing. And you enter out into the central corridor and you see a large several large piles of bones. And at one end of them is another lich. This one appears a bit more decrepit than the others in the fact that he is using a skeletal chair with spindly legs to kind of move around, almost like his skeletal legs that he has are useless. And he's muttering to himself, and he's grabbing a few different pieces and trying to put them together and then setting them off to the side. But behind him is this kind of large crystal, the same kind of emerald crystals that you've been seeing from the Empire of Skarn and all of their different magic items and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And there appears to be this kind of flicker of essence that seems to be swirling through it. And you could watch the little blood compass kind of follow that same swirly pattern. So Victor appears to be in there.
Perfect. Before my invisibility runs out, I do want to cast Etherealness.
Okay.
And I want to try and see if I can enter the space of the crystal. I'm gonna test the waters, get close to it, see if it has any purchase on the ethereal plane as well, or where its boundaries lie.
Okay. So while you're getting ready to do that, I'm going to cut over to the other part of the group. Bolt, I think it would be about halfway down the tunnel before you realize that Lyrian is not with you.
I'll send a message to, because I have cantrip message, to Fred, if Fred is within 120 feet.
Yeah, you guys are pretty much charging down the tunnel at the same time.
Fred, do you have Lyrian with you?
No, I'm right behind you.
I thought you went down the right.
Nope. The Paladins went down the right tunnel.
Sorry, I thought you were down the right. That's why I messaged you.
I'm right behind you.
She's right behind me, isn't she?
Lyrian is not with me. I'm sorry. Not my day to babysit him.
Crap. And so who's with us? Is it just us two?
It's just you two. Yeah. Well, and Blinky.
Can you see if there's anything down at the end with Blinky?
Down at the end of this?
Yes.
Go ahead, Blinky.
Okay. Blinky will move forward. Once a doppelganger jumps out at him, but he uses one of his ray attacks and just petrifies it.
Blinky, you're so cool.
He gives one blink for yes.
All of them.
Yes, I am very cool. So Blinky enters into this large kind of chamber. This one looks a bit more rough and tumble. You can tell that the ground has moved from the dirt that you're familiar with to a more spongy, pinkish texture.
Ew.
And you see the hint of something crawling through the holes that kind of dot this area. skittering
grossed
along.
out. There is something alive down there.
Well, I'm waiting for the response, like to see what Fred just goes. Ew, 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 ew.
Do we have to go down there?
No, that's why we sent Blinky down. What do you see?
Squishy and climby and crawly.
It almost looks like a centipede, but it's definitely not.
Centipede-like.
Centipedar.
Please bless, no.
Centaurpede.
I will send a message to Lyrian to see if he's in range.
I think you are blocked by the amount of...
It says even if they're behind a barrier, as long as I know the person,
Okay.
I can message them if they're in range, of course.
Sure.
I'm on the ethereal plane though, right now.
Even with invisibility.
So you're not quite into that point yet.
Okay, if I'm invisible,
I will
then
say,
yes, I'm still in that.
yeah, I will say that you can send a message to him before he goes ethereal.
Lyrian,
Patches, no.
where have you gone to?
I've scouted ahead.
This is Bolt, by the way.
Hey, love
Scouted
that.
ahead, I think I
Both
found.
always.
Yeah.
I think I found a lich of some kind.
Um,
I'm gonna find out what he knows.
where did you go?
I'm guessing there's no response after that.
Yeah.
So, fleshy centipede down this way. Lich down wherever Lyrian went. I'm assuming the only place that
Nobody
no one
else
else
went.
went is probably the center. What was rule number 2? Don't split up,
Don't
right?
split up. Yep.
Don't split up.
Well,
Followed by...
let's go see if we can help Lyrian out.
Never surrender.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Yeah. So the two of you go racing back down the other tunnel, back into the central chamber, and then down the middle tunnel.
Come down the center.
And Lyrian, we'll cut back to you.
Okay.
You cast etherealness right as your invisibility ends, and shift right into the crystal. And as soon as you hit it, you hear the wailing of souls all around you. Basically, there's there's a bunch of different souls that are screaming and crying out in pain
On the ethereal plane or on the... Or is it
on
like...
the ethereal plane. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you are surrounded, and basically as you get in there, they start buffeting you about.
Okay.
Even like
They're
they
buffing you, man.
they're buffing you.
Making you stronger.
No, they're just making him shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll, again, like, at this point, I'm going to be methodical and experimental. I'm not necessarily going to jump too headlong, but I can be in there for up to 8 hours, so
Okay.
I'll be in there for an indeterminate amount of time to just understand, like, what I'm seeing. Like, if it's one soul, if it's multiple souls, I'm going to see how they react to different stimuli.
Okay. So you start poking and prodding at these things.
Oh, I read this wrong. 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of metal.
Yeah, I thought that was
Yeah,
the case.
sorry. So I tried to contact Lyrian. He didn't answer.
Didn't answer. And then you
And we
decided you made
We better go get to him.
So after about 10 minutes of experimentation, Victor, you've been...
Real quick, is time moving a little differently inside the soul chamber? Because it probably wouldn't take Fred and I too long. to
Yeah,
get
sorry.
down.
You're right. It wouldn't be about 10 minutes. It's pretty quickly after Lyrian starts experimenting. Victor, you've been trapped in this hell for however long it's been since you died. You don't really remember how long you've been in here because it feels like you've been here an hour. It feels like you've been in here for 100 years. Just slowly being eaten away by whatever energy has been slowly absorbing you. And then you start feeling something applying pressure from the inside a little bit more. What would Victor do in this situation if he starts feeling something poking around that he can actually affect after all this time?
He'd push back.
Okay. So let's go ahead and actually, we're going to do an intelligence contest.
Okay.
Or a wisdom contest, whichever one you want Victor and Lyrian to use. We'll make you roll both of them here. All right, so what did Lyrian get?
So Lyrian rolled a 21.
Okay.
And Victor rolled a
25, you said.
25, yeah.
25.
15%.
Okay. Victor basically has control of the situation. What would Victor like to do when he gets a hold of Lyrian, this strange being that's tormenting the people inside here.
He'd probably, trying to understand what it is. Would I be able to sense anything familiar on his person?
So Victor doesn't really know Lyrian, so I don't think he'd be able to sense anything familiar.
Baba Yaga or anything? Okay.
Well, I guess.
Or those poppy seeds?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Does he have a Werther's on him?
Poppy seed. The poppy flower would probably be enough to recognize that it's a Baba Yaga feeling agent.
Okay. I'll try and see if I can possess this thing.
Okay. So you start trying to possess Lyrian. The two of you enter or
It's a moment of weakness, okay? I've been in there for a while.
Yeah. The two of you reach the...
Victor's just trying to get out, like anything he can do, right?
You two reach the end of the hall, and you see the big piles of bones. You see this lich muttering to himself as he walks among
You see Lyrian anywhere.
them. Lyrian is nowhere to be seen. You do see the giant crystal in the background, though. At which point, the lich kind of perks up and looks over at the gem, and he's going to reach out his hand and he's going to clench it and pull. And
Does he notice us at all?
he hasn't noticed you yet, but Lyrian's ethereal form comes pulling out of the crystal, and you see another form with it, a Genasi form that kind of tumbles and floats a little bit, and the lich captures it before it can get away and pushes it back into the crystal. And then, so the lich hears you, looks over his shoulder, and goes, "I see we have guests.
Hi, I'm Bolt. And you are?
You may call me your death."
I don't give a crap.
Okay. Starting to charge in then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Full on.
We will end it with Bolt saying, "I don't give a crap," because I need I'm tired. I need a little bit of extra energy in order to.
He's just a skeleton. I'm just gonna.
He's just a level 1 skeleton, right?
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah.
Look how easily that ox went down. Like, come
We're all
on.
gonna die.
I mean, his name is probably like something like a Sararak or...
Yeah. Art thou ready?
I don't know why you would name one
Play
of the characters
Joust.
Abstract, so.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. Sorry for the little cliffhanger
Or
there.
morning.
Or morning, yeah.
afternoon.
Or afternoon.
It's evening for me,
Good evening and
and
good night.
it's one of those evenings where I need to get some sleep. So before I make too many mistakes and accidentally give the party 50,000 gold again or something.
Listen,
Just a
we
weird
will not
example.
complain.
It's true. But thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join our Patreon if you want to. Thank you to my players for joining me tonight. Inspiration all around. I like you guys enough that I think that's perfect.
Thank you for liking us enough.
Yep.
Just enough.
Yeah.
This time.
But we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Flippity flop.